All right, let's dive into a truly timeless story of wisdom and, believe it or not, some seriously creative problem solving. This one comes from the Jataka Tales, which are these incredible ancient stories about the Buddha's past lives, and they're just packed with lessons that are still so relevant for us today.
So our story actually kicks off with a really simple but kind of strange question. A group of monks had just finished bathing in this pond, and they noticed something odd. Every single reed growing around it was completely hollow. So they went to the Buddha and asked, "What's going on here? Why are these reeds so different?"
And the Buddha's answer? Well, it wasn't just some random thing about nature. He explained that the reason those reeds were hollow was something way more profound. It was actually the result of a powerful vow, a kind of miracle from an ancient time that had lasted for ages. To really help them understand, he took them on a journey back in time, to a huge remote forest and to a life that he himself lived long, long before he became the Buddha.
You see, in that life, he was born as a wise and really powerful monkey king. He was the leader, the protector, the guide for this absolutely massive troop of monkeys living out in that sprawling forest.
And when I say massive, I mean it. He was responsible for 80,000 monkeys. And on this one particular day, after a long, hard journey, every single one of them was just dangerously thirsty. But see, this wasn't just any king. He was incredibly wise. He knew that the forest had hidden dangers, and he'd given his troop a very strict rule. You never, ever eat a new kind of fruit or drink from a water source you don't know without asking him first. He knew some places were guarded by dangerous spirits. So you can imagine their relief when they finally stumbled upon this beautiful, crystal-clear pond. The monkeys were so thirsty they were ready to just rush in, but they remembered their king's rule and they waited. When the Monkey King got there, he didn't even look at the water. He looked at the ground, and he knew right away something was terribly wrong.
This is where his wisdom really shines. The Monkey King circled the entire pond and he found the one critical clue. He saw tons of tracks, deer, tigers, you name it, all leading down to the water's edge. But there was not a single track leading back out. The message was loud and clear. Whatever goes in doesn't come out.
And just like that, he knew. This pond wasn't a safe haven. It was a trap. It was the home of a terrifying water ogre, a malevolent spirit that would literally eat any living thing that dared to step into its territory.
Well, the jig was up. Realizing he'd been found out, the ogre just bursts out of the water. It was a horrifying sight, green belly, bright red hands and feet. It looked at the 80,000 thirsty monkeys and was probably thinking about its next meal. This was never going to be a battle of strength. It had to be a battle of wits.
The ogre laid it out there plain and simple. He told the Monkey King his troop was doomed. If they wanted water, they had to come into his pond, and if they did, he was going to eat every last one of them.
But the Monkey King, he doesn't even flinch. He is perfectly calm. He looks right at this monster and replies with total confidence. He says, "Oh, we're gonna drink the water, all right? All 80,000 of us. And you won't get a single one."
So, you're probably wondering, how on earth did he pull that off? Well, this is where it gets really clever. The Monkey King revealed his brilliant plan. He told his troop to grab the thick reeds growing all around the pond. Then, each of the 80,000 monkeys took a reed, used it like a straw, and drank all the water they needed safely from the bank, completely out of the ogre's reach.
Okay, so after telling this incredible story, the Buddha brings everyone back to the present moment. And then he reveals who the main players in that ancient story really were, connecting it directly to the people standing right there in front of him.
And then comes the big reveal. The Buddha explains who was who in this ancient drama. The evil water ogre, that was Devadatta, the Buddha's own cousin who would later become his rival. The 80,000 monkeys, they were the very same followers listening to him tell the story. And the wise Monkey King, well, that was the Buddha himself in a past life.
And that brings it all full circle, right back to that original riddle about the reeds. The Buddha explained that as the Monkey King, he made a powerful wish right then and there. May all the reeds around this pond be hollow forever. And because of his immense virtue, his vow came true. It became a miracle that was set to last for a kalpa, which is like a whole world cycle, an unimaginably long time.
So what's the big takeaway for us today? I mean, this story isn't just a cool legend. It's absolutely packed with practical wisdom for how we can approach challenges in our own lives.
You see, the Monkey King didn't panic. He didn't try to fight the ogre head-on with brute force. He just stopped,
He observed, he analyzed the situation, and then used his intelligence to come up with a totally creative solution that saved everybody. It really shows us that our greatest strength isn't muscle, it's our wisdom. And I think that's the most beautiful part of this whole story. True wisdom isn't just about keeping us safe from danger. It's the path to real peace and well-being, for us and for everyone around us. It's a quality we can all work on. And with that, may you all be happy.